Yeah, like literally, like these two items already, and it's only
Missing someone, love with all your heart. Missing someone, love with heart. How much you missing?
All right. Welcome to flight attendant training, day 2 and 3. Last time I talked to you, I was just now getting here. It's been like, I don't know, 48 hours since I filmed. I tried so hard to film day 2 and do it all like individual days, but guys, when I tell you this is brutal, this should tell you everything that you need to know. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, yeah, like literally, like these two items already, and it's only day 3, and we haven't even done anything like related to like what you would imagine the training stuff to be. And mind you, as I continue this process, I just, as a forewarning, I'm going to be extremely vague because I already have signed some documents and things that I would hate to, you know, be in breach of and have that jeopardize an opportunity. But some new information has come along, some new experiences have come along, and I'm going to kind of give you a rundown the last couple days just so you can have the real honest reality of what I'm going through. So let's start with day 2, which was not today, but yesterday. So day 3, which is a Tuesday, so Monday, the 8th. Yeah, and sorry, but I'm on the phone with Jade, or I'm on FaceTime with JD, and he's eating at my favorite pho place, or our favorite pho place, and I'm like so jealous. But anyway, without further ado, so day 2, and today, we have to like basically like be at the place like super early, like 6 o'clock in the morning early. And it's just like it's killing me, and like like the sleep is too much anxiety, like you miss too much, like you're too sad. But yesterday was crazy. It was basically the first time that we were like all integrated in this, you know, environment. There was like a lot of welcoming, and then we like, you know, obviously you meet your instructors and stuff like that. So it wasn't like, it was just a really long like basically an assembly, so it wasn't too crazy. It just was like, you know, nodding out, trying not to fall asleep, like woken up. And I'm not a breakfast person, so if you don't like breakfast, kind of like tough cookies, because the shuttle will leave you and you will have to Uber. So hopefully if you come here to do this, maybe you'll get lucky and you can stay at the facility in their little twin beds. But personally, I'd rather wake up early. Also, my roommate, he's pretty cool. He is super quiet, and he's kind of just like, you know, stays to himself. So we were able to manage that a little bit. I was a little bit frantic about it day 1. I was going through a lot of emotional trauma day 1. Day 2, let me tell you something about day 2. Day 2, people, especially people that we'll just say are in the same sector as me, in a specific part of my identity, they are starting to show their true colors, and it's starting to feel a little bit like high school, which I wasn't expecting. And I didn't really go to a public high school that was like this, but what people describe to be public high schools. But yeah, besides that, that's kind of like the abode life besides the class stuff. Obviously I can't really go into the class information. I'm not going to really go into anything other than just like what you probably expect to be day 1, like just getting to know the company is kind of what we did. It wasn't anything too crazy. It's pretty straightforward. But we did bid for base. Like, it happened. And I believe we had 7 options, and we had to rank them. And I do believe the rankings were like kind of just like you had to walk up and bubble them or whatever. And my first choice was Charlotte, and my second choice was DC, and then I chose Philadelphia, and then I chose New York, and then I chose want to say after New York it was Dallas, Chicago, and then Boston. I think that those were all of them. I don't know, something like that. But either way, I've been kind of like scoping out people in the hall and trying to figure out who likes what and is going where and how old they are. And I'm gonna say that based on what I know, there seems to be a pretty good chance, because it looks like they've opened up a lot of spots because they've relieved a lot of the wait list for my company. And so I think like they're going to be moving a lot of people into Charlotte. I just don't know how many of the people that are older than me bidded for Charlotte, or maybe even Dallas, and Dallas didn't have enough spots, so they're going to give it to them people, to those people. I don't know, but I'm trying not to be overwhelmed about it. I can tell you, yesterday I was so just like, day 1 was the hardest. Day 2 was really difficult at the end. Like when I got home and realized how tired I was and how difficult this process was going to be. They laid it out very clear for you, so you're not confused about the process. And it's just been an ongoing thing since the start of it. So it's just been a process. It's exhausting. It never ends. And I've been trying to figure out like how I'm gonna incorporate everything after after this 6-week life is over and I'm like go back to my normal life, how all this is going to come into effect, because it's just so sudden. And I started to have a panic attack, and this is real life. Like I mean I know a lot of the vloggers probably are not giving this type of like, they'll be like, oh, it's hard, you can do it. Like this is hard. Like it's not like nothing we've done really is hard, because all we've done is just eat a lot of food. They feed you a lot. But being away from people and meeting a new person and staying in a room when you have my personality, I can't speak for everyone, because most people seem to have a pretty decent experience with this process so far, but my experience is very different. Like I am already homesick. I miss JD. I miss my cat. I'm sad. And some people aren't being very supportive of that. Some people aren't being very understanding. And that's fine. You don't have to be, but this is my experience overall, and I get to make the decision as to how I feel. So I just want to be like super transparent about how I've been feeling along the process, because I think that's almost as important as the information that I'm going to give you. But without further ado, we did do base bids. That's how I bid. We got our awesome jetpacks. Look at this, guys. Look at it. Making sure it doesn't have any of my airline information on it. But this is the jetpack. If you don't know what a jetpack is, it's basically just a brief that you have to carry every day in training, and it has a whole bunch of crap in it, and you get one of these. Inside of it is your, like, I don't know if all companies do this, but my particular company gives out 2 devices, one of which is used on the aircraft, the other one is used just to train with. And one of them looks like this, which is a notebook, and it opens up and you do your little training and all that stuff. And I'm glad I didn't flip it over, because it definitely would have gave that away. So yeah, so you get this, and you also get a little pouch, and in that pouch is this. So this is like a little tablet. I'm not going to bother taking all this out, but it's basically just a credit card reader. So, and it has like the FAA's policies and stuff like that. Every airline pretty much follows that rule. So these 2 items came in it, along with a couple of other things that like chargers and stuff that are still plugged in. Not important. Then we did a painstakingly long process of learning how to use these products, which also I won't go into, but if you are going to training, just expect a 101. Of course, you learn about the regulations, the aviation industry, And there's a whole bunch of gifts. Like gifts, and more gifts. It just continues to gift. So I'm sure this is not uncommon for any company that has new hires. They're training people. They expect you to be here for 6 weeks without pay. Hello. But it's really cool. We also talked with about the unions that my airline has. I know I talked to you guys a long time ago about why I chose to come to this particular airline, and that's one of the reasons. It's because it's a secure job once you get into it, and also just about some like benefits, company stuff. Day 2 was just company stuff. When I got back, I think that's when day 2 became increasingly difficult because you don't really know anybody yet. But luckily, through the breakdown of day 2, I interviewed, and if you go back, rewind to like vlog whatever 10, 11, whichever, when I went to the actual interview here in Dallas the first time, when you go watch that interview, I talk about people that I met, and Ebony is, and I've asked to disclose her name on here, but Ebony has been the best support system. So Ebony, hi Ebony. I know you're gonna watch this and be like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm calling you out. She's awesome, and she was in my hiring day and one of the people that got hired with me, and she was also from Jacksonville, Florida. She's incredible. She's already been a flight attendant. She knows her stuff. She's cool. She's awesome, and she has helped me so much. Also, another girl that's been really influential is a girl named Salisa, and Salisa is basically she is a friend of someone who was hired the same day as Ebony and I as well. So I'm kind of creating this little niche, and then we've got a couple of people that have been helping out along the way. So Rachel and Amber are 2 to point out. So you don't know these people, you don't really care, but it's just, my point here is that if you want to get through this process, it might be beneficial for you to, if you can, try to like your roommate, and to try to make friends if you know someone from your hiring date, or if you're going to do this for that reason. If you're just watching this for fun, cool. But if you aren't, make friends with people because it's important. Also, shout out to Rachel, because I exchanged like a little mini wine thing for her eardrops, because guys, I'm telling you, when I landed, I did something major to this ear. I don't know what's going on, but in all of the classes so far, I've just been like turning my left ear towards the people like, hello, because I can't hear anything. It's just been a lot. Day 2 was like long. Like we didn't get back till late. And then of course I'm like, trying to be healthy. So the food, and this is not a myth, stay away from the snack tables. They do like 50,000 10-minute breaks because they want you to be well rested and well adjusted and all this other stuff. So they want you to mingle. But the breaks have like bread and croissants and bagels and pasta and Skittles and anything and everything that isn't healthy. So luckily the cafeteria is full of awesome healthy options, but not every day that's offered. So you give and take. Like tonight we were catered with salad, so that's what I had, but you will be fed. But anyway, shout out to Rachel for that awesome ear stuff, because it was great. And it's been kind of like helping a little bit, not much. I think I'm going to end up having to get antibiotics, to be honest. And I'm like not telling anybody that's like up there, because I don't want them to kick me out. But that was pretty much day 2. I mean, in a nutshell, that was day 2. It was hard, but I did it. Day 3 today was a little bit not so like shuffled. I think more shuffled, not so like sit in the same seat all day. Like day 2 is just like in an auditorium, like listening to 16,000 people talk. They're great people, but when you've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning and went to sleep at like not hour o'clock, it can be hard. But today was like basically group. And from group, it was like individual groups. I don't know if you know, but some airlines break up groups or whatever and call it stuff. So I basically am in an individual group, and that group they were all like split up, and we were shuffled to another, space to go over many, 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 many other things. we were given a book, and in that book we had various activities and stuff of that nature. I won't go into detail about that because again, it's not that important, but all you really need to know is that it's just kind of another one of those, how do we get you adjusted to your class? So imagine like what that would look like, and that's pretty much what that whole spiel was about. Then we met back up, and then we did other stuff, and then we took a group picture, which was really hard because it's really hard to get 150 people in like a 12 by 12 space, but somehow we did it. And hopefully I make it through this, because that's going to be a cool photo to see how miserable I look because my ear was not feeling well. And then after those pictures were taken, we got this really awesome bag. I'm not going to flip it over because obviously it has things on it, but we got lanyards and magazines and like books and earpods and pens and a whole bunch of other really cool nitty stuff. And we also got this awesome Cole Haan kind of like travel bag that's made of like pool toy material, and it has like tissue, and it has codes for like discount stuff and toiletries, socks, and masks. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't have emblems on it so I can show you, but yeah, like this is like the socks. I mean, airlines typically give this out. It's kind of like a I don't know, travel kit, little welcome kit, but it's a really nice bag. The stuff in it is like meh, but the bag's really cool. And then we went, basically after we took the picture, we lugged this big thing behind me around like all day, and they shuttled us to the expo at the museum, and it was really kind of surprisingly fun because everyone was like so tired and they had to like a reception and stuff. But if that wasn't enough, you got like even more goodies, like goodies and goodies and just goodies, and like airport stuff. I mean, passport stuff, and like it never ends. I mean, like even on day one, we were given water bottle, another passport thing, airbag, like tag stuff, and like these cutest little ice thing shaped like an airplane. I gotta show you this this little keychain. It's the cutest thing ever, but I'm not gonna show you the front of it, but I'll show you this back side of it. Look how cute this is. Like, I can't even deal with it. But yeah, so it's basically just a lot of like, let's gift you, feed you, and make you happy because we're about to put you through misery. And I hate to be honest and blunt, but that's really the life of this. So I have like a lot to do. I have to discuss tomorrow. I have homework due. Don't know what it is. Haven't been able to log in. The Wi-Fi doesn't work in the hotel. I don't know what's going on. Stuff's due. Probably gonna get kicked out before I can even like figure out how to work the Wi-Fi. And then, of course, my last name starts with an A, and my roommate says like, cause like I guess like it's alphabetical order. I don't know how they're doing it. I'm assuming because like it's not alphabetical by the total list, but I think it goes by like the males and females alphabetically. So in order from male to female, males going first, we have appearance assessments, like checks or something tomorrow. I've heard that they're going to check our nail length and our skin to make sure we don't have oily skin, and like our teeth and all these things. I don't really know. I've never done this before. I'm just going off what other flight attendants have told me. And then other than that, like we have, I think uniform measurements that we do. I don't know, but the schedule's kind of crazy tomorrow because there's like breakfast and all this, and there's lunch, and I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. All I do know is that I got to get this homework done. And I have got to sleep because if I don't sleep, I'm going to look like a hot mess during that appearance check tomorrow. So it's going, guys. It's going. But yes, the plan is to still get JD to Dallas sometime week 3. so we'll see. I don't know what time we're going to be able to do it. We're really trying to hold off and see what's going on with the basis, because I don't want to like say that it's not going to go well, but I think like you guys know I want Charlotte. I made that very clear, and I think I have a pretty good chance of that. I think now that the trajectory of my life is going in a particular direction, I don't know that it's the same as when I began the vlogging process. And so I'm not quitting. I'm not saying I'm gonna quit. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit hesitant about the idea of commuting at this point, because I don't want to be away from Greensboro and him and the cat and my life. There's a lot of facets to the decision, but like, if they were to throw me in Boston, I just don't think, that's crazy to me. Like I kudos to those that can do it, but I don't know if it's going to work. I could try it. We'll see. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying that's kind of like how I feel right now. Like I value my time. I value happiness, and I don't think that's going to make me very happy. I think the job will make me happy, but if I have to do 8,000 things to do the job, personally, my life, I don't think it's going to fit. But I don't think it's going to happen, because in our little group sessions when we got split, I was told by our instructor, and it was kind of a joke, I guess, that Charlotte's never on the list, and when it is on the list, it's because they have moved a crap ton of people out of Charlotte. So, and they also apparently opened up spots because there was like more need there or something. I don't know how many spots are available, but I do know one thing. I put DC second. Raleigh was on the list, of course, but I put DC second. And the instructor told me, he was like, well, how many people think that, which this is the reputation for all airlines that have a base in New York, but how many think that like anyone under half of the class is going to New York? And everyone raised their hand. And I think that when he surprised people by saying, actually, for this airline, when DC is offered, it tends to be the one where most of the junior flight attendants get sent, because it's where a lot of people already have transferred out of, because they go there and they don't want to work those little like shuttle flights or those like short, like up down legs, multi-leg flights, and like layover in like Lincoln, Nebraska, or whatever. I don't know if they have an airport there, but they don't want to do that, so they end up getting their transfer in, and then a whole bunch of people move off the list in DC, and then DC opens up for a whole bunch of newbies. So for some, they're gonna cry, because their dream is to fly to like Cabo and Rio, and they want to go to like Prague and all this other stuff, and that airport just doesn't, they could pick it up maybe, but it doesn't directly give it that to them on reserve. So I know over half of the class as of right now is dying for Dallas. And then and I don't know why they want Dallas, but I can tell you this. I know without a doubt, based on the reactions of the instructors when asked what bases people wanted, they can't have too many opportunities there. So what scares me the most, what I'm most concerned about going into day 3, is that the people that took bid for Dallas that have higher seniority than me, from what I was hearing, it looks like most of them were putting Dallas, Philly, Charlotte. And what scares me the most is that the people that are older are going to get Charlotte, but the people that are younger that want Dallas, that might be above me, are going to basically take Charlotte from me and not even want it. And I'm probably going to end up with something that's not doable, and my dream is going to be ruined. But I'm trying not to think about that. And I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to get this ear checked. I'm trying to I got to, run. But these days are long. These days are hard, and this is not easy. So I'm sure this video is long enough as it is, so I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. But that is the summary of day 2 and day 3. So I will film hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'll group it up like I did again, and you guys will get another video. So in the meantime, thank you for keeping track, and anyone who wishes me luck and success and happiness, thank you so much. I need it. And for anyone who is nervous about this process, you should be. That's day 2 and 3. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy keeping up with the life of me, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for clips from the next vlog. And as always, keep in mind, positive thoughts generate positive feelings and attract positive life experiences. Bye!